president, Randy Weingarten, says the U.S. should do what other great democracies have done to ban guns.
Children and parents and educators all want and need schools to be safe sanctuaries for teaching and learning, not armed fortresses.
The RAND survey shows only 5% of teachers overall selected gun violence as their largest safety concern, putting bullying at the top of the list, followed by drugs. Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo has signed a bill protecting access to abortion.
I also support pro-life, right? So I don't wish it to be any less restrictive than it currently is.
The legislation protects access to abortion for out-of-state patients and ensures in-state providers cannot be disciplined by medical governing boards or state commissions. The largest ever walkout by Oregon lawmakers is entering its fifth week. Democrats control the state house, but the GOP is leveraging rules requiring 2/3 of lawmakers be present to pass legislation. The governors of Virginia, West Virginia, and South Carolina have joined a growing list of GOP-led states sending their National Guard soldiers to the U.S.-Mexico border. The move is in response to a request from Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who has criticized President Biden's handling of migrants attempting to enter the U.S. And NASA held its first public meeting on UFOs Wednesday. A team of 16 scientists stressed the need for better data collection methods due to the hundreds of military and commercial pilot reports detailing unusual objects in U.S. airspace. I'm Catherine Carley for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our 8 trust indicators to support transparency and accuracy at publicnewsservice.org.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. You got Scott and Chuck along with you this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday. And Chuck, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent, excellent. You had kind of maybe a little excitement last night?
In what regard, for the event we did?
Yeah, for the first Thursday art walk, the first poetry slam. Did you get some people to try it?
We had a few. The biggest group actually was our own grant writer Melissa. Came in and brought in a handful of friends, and we had some fun. Sharon came in and read a story. Joe Wazinski came in and read a story.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had a few. It was pretty slow, I think, overall for the art walk, but
it was our diehard KCHW supporters though that showed up, right?
That's right.
Gotta love that. All right, round of applause. The first one. That's something I would have totally done. Something I would have totally done too.
It's fun, especially Dr. Seuss for some reason really leads well to the poetry slam style. That angsty, blah, 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 yeah.
That's what I was dreaming about. All right, you got some nice weather today. I looked at the webcam up at the airport. Beautiful blue skies, nice and clear. 81 today. A few clouds do move in, especially by nighttime. 53 for an overnight low. Still get a mostly sunny day for Saturday. 85 and 54. Mostly sunny Sunday. 86 and 55. No rain in the forecast. 87 and 54 for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures in the lower 90s, and then you'll cool back off a little bit. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot.
Breakfast this morning for the kids. Cereal bar, variety of them. Yummy yogurts, fresh fruit juice, and your milk choice. And then for lunch today for the kids, chicken, French fries. That's a chicken sandwich, by the way. Fresh veggies, fresh fruit pudding, and again, your choice of milk. All right. Let's see.
Granola bar for breakfast. Is that their breakfast sounds better than mine?
What is yours, Chuck?
A granola bar. I brought a granola bar.
Oh, that sounds horrible. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
It's not even a chewy one. It's crunchy.
It's too chewy in the morning. It's like too much of a mouth workout.
Right.
And then you get it in your teeth and you'll be stuttering on the radio. It'll be horrible.
Horrible.
All right. I sent you some jokes via email this morning. I'm going to start off with one. Chuck, I've told you behind the scenes I'm having some eye problems, some trouble seeing. And so I've switched to thin books. All right. So because they don't take as long, my eyes don't get tired. So these are some of the thin books I've been reading. Okay.
I'm just proud of you for reading books in general, Scott.
You're surprised?
No, I'm proud of you.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
No.
All right. Maybe a little surprised. All right. First one I read, this is a couple weeks ago. My Life's Memories by Ronald Reagan. Thin book. Another book I read, Beauty Secrets by Janet Reno.
Oh.
Ow. This one's really bad. Home Built Airplanes by John Denver. Another thin book I read was Things I Love About Bill by Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
I also read a thin book by Bill Clinton. It was called Women I Haven't Harassed.
Oh.
Ooh. Another thin book that's out there. I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to it. Things I Can't Afford by Bill Gates.
Must be nice.
This one's my new coffee book. It's a go-to book when I have guests. Amelia Earhart's Guide to the Pacific Ocean.
Oh. Wow, Scott.
Sorry. Another thin book you can find at most libraries, America's Most Popular Lawyers.
True.
Detroit, a Travel Guide. Another great coffee book. Thin book.
It just says don't go there.
Dr. Kevorkian's collection of motivational speeches.
Oh.
All right. This one, another thin book. Everything Men Know About Women.
That's fair.
I have two of them. I actually have Everything Women Know About Men. It's a thin book.
But we're pretty easy to figure out, though.
That's right. All right. And then kind of in the same line, All the Men I've Loved Before by Ellen DeGeneres. Really thin book. All right.
Very
Spotted Owl Recipes by the EPA. No.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I went there. Let's see. The Amish Phone Directory, another thin book. And the last thin book, I'm reading this one tonight. My Plan to Find the Real Killers by O.J. Simpson. Thin books.
I think you might have already figured that one out.
All right.
You know.
Chuck's opening up a college, and he's only offering courses for men. So, Chuck, would you like to tell us about some of the training courses you have now available for men?
I will. These are the training courses available in my new university, available online. Number 1 is Introduction to Common Household Objects 1, the mop. Followed up by, of course, Introduction to Common Household Objects 2, the sponge.
Ooh, sponge is bad.
Sponges are gross.
They're nasty. You hear that?
Like just wipe your walls with a piece of raw chicken. You know, it's about the same effect.
And then smear it around your counter.
Yeah. Gross. Number 3 is dressing up beyond the wedding and funeral.
What?
Yeah. You know, you can dress nice outside of special events. Weird, right?
It is weird.
Number 4, refrigerator forensics, identifying and removing the dead.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't look at my fridge. I have issues. Number 5, design pattern or a splatter stain on the linoleum. You can tell the difference.
Huh. I don't think so.
And a 5A on that one is you can tell the difference, and you can even clean it up yourself.
No. Do it yourself?
Yeah, you can. Did you know that?
All right.
Cool. Come to my course. You can learn all about this. Number 6, accepting loss. If it's empty, you can throw it away.
I might need it, though, Chuck.
I have a problem with glass jars. There's something about the beauty of a glass jar. I can't get myself to throw them away. Number 7, accepting loss 2. If the milk expired 3 weeks ago, keeping it in the refrigerator won't bring it back. No. It won't, guys.
I call that a surprise for some unwitting person.
When your milk rattles, it's time to throw it out, guys.
Ew.
Number 8, going to the supermarket. It's not just for women anymore.
Really?
Really. I've always done all the shopping. I like shopping.
Really?
I do. I do enjoy it.
Wow. I hate grocery stores.
It's a time to get out, you know.
Okay. All right.
My social event. Number 9, recycling skills 1. Boxes that the electronics came in. But what if you need that box someday?
You might need to return it.
One of my number one lines is, "That's a nice box." I'll put it with my box collection. The next
Hold on,
level
I just got to play this for you.
Hail to the king, baby.
I do.
You should see the upstairs closet. Followed up by recycling skills 2, styrofoam that came in the boxes that electronics came in.
I actually have a closet for boxes. I'm serious.
I believe it.
All right.
I believe it. Bathroom etiquette 1, how to remove beard clippings from the sink.
What?
Yep. Bathroom etiquette 2, let's wash those towels.
Oh, man.
You don't have to wait for them to stand up by themselves. Bathroom etiquette 3, 5 easy ways to tell when you're about to run out of toilet paper. Number 14, giving back to the community. How to donate 15-year-old Levi's to the Goodwill store.
Why would you do that?
The older ones are the best.
That's right.
Especially if they still fit. Unless you're still trying to suck it in and get those buttoned up, then maybe go to the gym or get rid of the pants. Either way. Retro or just hideous. Re-examine your 70s polyester shirts.
I've seen pictures. I know you have some, Chuck.
I do.
You do.
I even have a couple like actual vintage ones. Yeah, don't throw away those shirts. Those are beautiful.
Okay.
Give them to me. Number 16, knowing the limitations of your kitchenware, the dishes won't wash themselves.
These sounds like these classes were all invented by women, Chuck.
Like when you leave for the day and then you come home when the dishes are done, they didn't just magically get done. Somebody did those.
No.
Yeah, true story. I know. I learned this once.
It's been weird for the past month. My dishes have been magically cleaning themselves.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. I actually came home last night and there was a load of dishes being washed from my kids without being asked to do it.
Wow.
Impressed. Right. Really impressed. Good job, kids. Okay, romance. More than just a cable channel.
Is there a romance channel? Or is that the Hallmark channel?
Yeah, is it the Hallmark channel? Just the same story over and over again.
No, it's so bad.
It's so bad. Strange but true. She really may not care what 4th down and 10 means. She doesn't care, guys. Unless she's watching the game with you.
That could be.
Number 9, going out to dinner beyond McDonald's.
What?
Yeah.
It's the only place I can afford to eat anymore.
And this is covered a little bit in our romance class, that McDonald's is not a romantic restaurant.
Okay.
And no, that doesn't mean Taco Bell is.
Let me write that down.
Yeah. Take your notes.
McDonald's out. Okay.
Now, I'll give you a second.
All
there
right.
you go. Expand your entertainment options, renting movies that don't fall under the action-adventure category.
Huh. Oh, that's right. Tonight's sci-fi night.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
You gotta switch
Totally
things up.
okay with that.
Yeah, and don't forget about your sports documentaries.
Yes.
Yes. Yours, mine, and ours. Sharing the remote.
Well, that's a good class.
Yeah. Actually, I give up the control of the remote. I can't do it. I'm the worst remoter in the world. I just don't even touch it. Yep.
Okay.
And my wife picks better shows than I do anyway. So, adventures in... Oh, sorry. I lost my place. I could have played a better game than that. Why women laugh. Adventures in Housekeeping 1. Let's clean the closet. Followed up by Adventures in Housekeeping 2. Let's clean under the bed. Why? You can't see it. I don't know. Be the first man to say it.
No way. Who would do that?
Say the word, Scott. Say I. Don't.
No.
No. I don't know, Scott. Say it.
No.
Okay.
What don't I know?
I don't know.
Huh. Be the first man to say it. Nope.
Let them eat static.
The gas gauge in your car. Sometimes empty means empty.
No.
Yeah.
That's not a game I play.
Don't wait until it starts sputtering and you hope you can coast to the gas station.
That's right.
Yep. Directions. It's okay to ask for them.
No.
That's why we have Google, right?
That's right.
Listening. It's not just something you do during halftime.
What?
Yeah.
And
You can
Chuck,
listen
your
during lunch break, too.
last class you have to offer is
Accepting your limitations. Just because you have power tools does not mean you can fix it.
yes.
But why else do I have the tools?
That's right. All right. How to tell you're from Arizona. All right. Some tips, Chuck. You ever been to Arizona?
I have been to Arizona a couple times, actually.
All right. I spent about a month living in Arizona. It was horrible. You can tell if you're Arizona if you buy salsa by the gallon.
Mm-hmm.
All of your out-of-state friends visit after October, but clear out come the end of April. Mm-hmm.
That might actually be kind of nice.
You think that driving wearing oven mitts in the summer is clever? Those steering wheels do get hot. All of the restaurants in your town have the first name El or Los.
That's just good, though.
Yeah. You think 6 tons of crushed rock is a beautiful yard? You've signed so many petitions to recall governors and presidents you can't remember the names of the incumbents. You can tell you're from Arizona if your car overheats before you start it.
Yep.
Or if your house is made of stucco and has a red clay tile roof.
Those are the fancy ones here.
Yeah. Also, you can tell if you're from Arizona if you no longer associate bridges or rivers with water. You're from Arizona if you know a swamp cooler is not a happy hour drink. If you can say 115 degrees without fainting.
Mm-hmm.
People break out if you're from Arizona if people break out coats when the temperature drops below 70.
Mm-hmm. Seen that.
If you use 2 fingers to drive your car in July.
Mm-hmm.
If the pool is warmer than you are.
Every pool is a hot tub in Arizona.
Yeah. One of the benefits of being from Arizona, you can make sun tea instantly. Mm-hmm. You run your air conditioner in the middle of winter so you can use your fireplace for fun. Mm-hmm. You know you're from Arizona because most homes have more firearms than people.
Yep. I've been to Texas, too, so there's that.
Same thing. You realize that Valley Fever isn't a disco dance. All right. You can finish a big gulp in 10 minutes and go back for a second. And then, let's see, a couple more. You can tell from Arizona if the water from the cold water tap is the same temperature as the hot one.
Yep.
All right. And you know better than get into the car with leather seats if you're wearing those short shorts. You're definitely from Arizona. All right. Last painful one. Chuck, with 10 reasons you got it easy in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every night there's a mint on your pillow.
That's creepy.
The bars of your cells are rusty from all that jacuzzi steam.
Ooh.
The guards meet with you to help you plan your escape.
All right.
They replaced your regular coffee with Folgers crystals. In the resulting riot, 10 died. How was that easy? You share a cell with one of Heidi Fleiss's girls.
Oh.
Okay. You get frequent flyer miles for good behavior. Appreciate that one. You have a summer cell in the Hamptons.
So does Trump.
That must be nice.
Okay, all right.
Every day around 4 o'clock, pony rides. Get on. Other inmates refer to your cell as Margaritaville. And last but not least, you call the warden Daddy.
Whoa. The funny thing about that top 10, we have this dude that's got it easy in jail in today's odd news. All right.
Ooh, good, good.
All right.
Does he think he is?
I'm your king.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
You don't vote for kings.
I didn't know we had a king. I thought we were an autonomous collective.
All right, so we had the first Art Walk Thursday last night, looking at the community calendar for this weekend. It looks like we have the farmers market today. Of course, we had Brad Schaefer on the air yesterday with a great interview and got lots of hits and likes on that interview too. So good job, Brad. Check out the farmers market and Brad. You can go down there and say hi to him. Between 11 and 3:30 today. All right. Anything on your end you know of that's going around town, Chuck?
Not really. Looking at the calendar yesterday, it seemed like a pretty quiet weekend.
All right.
It's going to be the last quiet weekend for a while, though. There's lots of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
So I think next week, of course, I see on the calendar that we've got Brandon at the library for First Wednesdays with Ted, where if you're thinking about starting a business, Brandon can give you some tips and show you what Ted can do to help you along the way. There's also Night in the Garden. That's an annual event at SETI's. And then, of course, Farmers Market that Friday. And I know on the 10th, Chweel Center for the Arts doing a lighting class.
Yeah. Yeah, and the day before that is the on June 9th is the fundraising dessert soiree for the Ludwig family.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. A few things happening around town. Taking a look at some news headlines this morning. This came out yesterday. Top Chinese scientists. Go ahead and solidify those conspiracy theories. Top Chinese scientists conceded that the coronavirus may have leaked from a Wuhan lab. All right, I bet you he's probably in a little trouble with China. I don't think he's out walking the streets today after saying that. I'm sure he's not. All right, customers of Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App should consider store their money with those apps long term. Like if you just put I don't know, maybe put $1,000 in your PayPal account, saying it's a bad idea because those funds may not be safe during a crisis or bank crashes and that type of stuff. Not a safe place to keep a large sum of money. And that's a warning for Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App, and any of those apps that do that. Even Apple Cash.
Oh, wow. I have an app that does that with a 4% interest rate.
Oh. Well,
because I'd have to have money in there for it to be useful to me. But
you might want to double check, though, and make sure that money account is FDIC insured, though.
Yeah.
That's your little
my $3.95 in there probably won't hurt me too bad.
Not worry about it? All right. All right. Did you see the big fall yesterday? Biden thanks Air Force Academy graduates for choosing self over service, and then he stumbles after the speech. So kind of just proving the point.
I saw that.
All right. When I saw him go down, I felt like I was at a boxing a boxing event. I ran up to the side and I just kept going, "Stay down! Stay down!"
Down goes Biden. Down goes Biden.
Stay down, buddy. All right. It's just sometimes I remember I had to take my dad's keys away. Sometimes they just don't see the signs.
Right. you had a good run, buddy.
All right, that Yevgeny Prigozhin, the Russian, I don't know, what do you call him, mercenary group leader, becoming increasingly, in news stories past couple days, upset with the Kremlin and President Putin. The group of mercenaries said that the army will not continue fighting in Ukraine if the war efforts continue to be led by clowns who turn people into meat. So he didn't necessarily say Putin in general, maybe referring to his generals, but they're talking about walking out and leaving the Russian army on their own, and I would say that's probably a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Russian army is going to fare on their own, which is probably for the best.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Right.
All right, the last story I had was a note for Gmail users. If you have that old favorite Gmail account that you've been afraid to let go of or close, you need to log into it. Any Gmail's account that have not been used in 2 years are about to get deleted. So if you got an old Gmail account, you need to log into it to save that, or they're going to consider that you haven't been using it. So
I've got some I probably don't even remember.
Yeah. All right, keep moving along this morning. Chuck, let's go ahead and skip down to bits and breaks this morning. One simple change in your life that delivered incredible results. All right, so these are polled over Reddit. Over 12,000 replies. Here's just a few things people said. One simple change in your life that delivered incredibly great results. The first one up was saying no. You need to practice that, Chuck, because I know you say yes to a lot of stuff. It's okay to say no, especially when you've been taking on too much.
I do. I'm trying. I try to get better at that, but it's hard.
I've heard this next one before in 5 minutes, and I practiced it for a while, and then, if you don't keep it up, it eludes you. But it was a great practice. Everything that can be done in 2 minutes, do it right now. And I used to go with a mantra that was, if it can be done in 5 minutes, take care of it right now instead of putting it off.
I like that.
All right?
I like that.
If you're
Or do the scary thing first.
That's
and then
right.
the other stuff is easy. Yep.
If you're upset with someone or something, give it 20 minutes before you say or do something about it. It's a great way to cool down.
Okay.
All right. Walk at lunch instead of going out to eat. I'm still going to be hungry, though. I don't know. Can't go for that one.
How does that solve the fact that you need to eat?
This one must be from a woman making an effort to at least be in the same room as my husband while he's doing something. I guess it's kind of sweet, but at the same time, it kind of says she doesn't really like to be with her husband.
Right.
Oh, it says Laura.
You're in the room with me. I'm lonely.
Yeah. Did she listen to you? Did she listen to you on the morning show, Chuck?
Oh no, she's probably asleep.
Okay. All right. Let's see. A simple thing can change everything in your life. Having all your socks so they're the same brand and color. I do this. I do that. All right. But I was really upset with Amazon, though. I ordered the exact same size, exact same socks, and they came and they were a different size. So now I'm back to having to sort my socks, and it's really upsetting.
I have find myself, like, if I have two of the same socks, like say two white socks and one is slightly faded more than the other, I will actually find like some that have the same amount of whiteness in them. Yeah.
All right. And more things that people don't see. All right. And the last one I had here, things that can change your life. Last one. When I'm upset and I've written an email, I let it sit in my drafts folder overnight. 9 out of 10 times, I can either rewrite it with kindness or never send it in the first place. That's some good advice for texting as well. We're a little too free with those fingers.
Yes. There have been many times when I meant to send something and I forgot, and then you wake up the next day and you see that still in your draft folder, and you're like, oh my goodness, why did I even nope, delete.
All right, if you just tuned in, you're listening to KCHW Chewil, and of course your morning show on our social platforms as well, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and our website, kchw.org. And if you just tuned in in time for cheesy jokes because it's National Cheese Day. All right, actually, it's Sunday, but we're starting early. And Chuck, do you have some cheesy jokes for us?
I do. What did one toilet say to the other toilet?
I don't know.
You look flushed.
Didn't say they'd be good.
Why wouldn't the shrimp share his treasure?
I don't know.
Because he was a little shellfish.
That's so sad.
Yeah. What did the digital clock say to the grandfather clock?
I don't know.
Look, Grandpa, no hands. Yeah. What's an astronaut's favorite place on a computer?
I don't know. Where is an astronaut's favorite place on a computer?
The space bar.
Stop it! The both of you, you're so full of it!
What do you call... I love this one. Sorry. What do you call an apology written in dots and dashes?
I don't know.
Remorse code. Sorry, that one got me.
It is pretty good. Remorse code. I like it.
Why did the cookie go to the hospital?
I don't know.
Because he felt crummy.
Oh, of course he did.
No.
He heard your jokes.
Right?
All right.
What did the tree say to the wind?
Leave me alone.
There you go. That one was obvious. That's old.
Yeah.
Which is the longest word in the dictionary?
Which?
Okay, that was good though.
All right.
Miles, because there's a mile between each S. That's be on an inspirational poster.
That should. Okay.
What did one hat say to the other?
I don't know.
You stay here. I'll go on ahead. Why are frogs so happy?
Budweiser.
They eat whatever bugs them.
That too. All right. In honor of National Cheese Day, cheese from Chuck.
I really like some of those. Maybe it's early, but some of them got me.
All right. Let's see. Put these together for our friends in Idaho. How's that? Life tips for rednecks. All right. Even if you live alone, deodorant is not a waste of good money. Wait a minute. All right. When approaching a four-way stop, the vehicle with the largest tires do not always have the right of way. Not sure about that one, though.
True story.
Yes. Never take a beer to a job interview. More life tips for rednecks. It's considered tacky to take a cooler to church.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
Don't allow the dog to eat at the table, no matter how good his manners are, Chuck.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. When going to a movie, refrain from talking to characters on the screen. Tests have proven they can't hear you. It's horrible.
What about like a boxing match, though? I mean, they can hear you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my girlfriend might be a redneck. If you have to vacuum the bed, it's time to change the sheets.
Isn't getting out the vacuum and plugging it in almost as much work?
Yes, it's too much. It's too much.
Take my online course and you'll learn all about this.
I hear somebody laughing now. All right. Even if you're certain you're included in the will, it's still rude to drive the U-Haul to the funeral home. And the last sign you're an Idaho redneck, dirt under your fingernails is a no-no, as it tends to alter the taste of your finger foods.
Oh.
Did we say those out loud? Mm-hmm.
What?
All right, Chuck, it must be lonely. And then I put you on the spot.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
All by himself, Chuck Ritchie.
Wow.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, Chuck. You can ask for help, and I can refresh Facebook if we need to, that kind of stuff. See if anybody out there will help you.
All right.
All right. There is this huge time delay, though, so probably not.
Probably not. 55 seconds.
Yeah. According to it's 55 seconds from when it comes out of her mouth till it makes it across YouTube.
It's like we're a time machine.
Yeah. If and when we go to break, if we hurry up and get to the next page, we can hear ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. According to the Guinness World Records people, the most people doing this simultaneously is 48,870. How many? Okay, so there was 48,870 people doing this all at the same time. What were they doing, Chuck? And they were not dancing.
48,000.
Yeah.
Gosh. That could be so many things, Scott. I'm going to go with walking their dog.
With 48,000 people walking their dog. No, let's see what kind of, they were doing something with their body.
Dancing. No, you said not dancing.
Not dancing, but they're still doing something with their body. If this is not COVID compliant, I would not do it.
Hugging.
No, because you can hug with your head turned the other way.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Kissing.
No, they were not kissing, but that's a good guess.
Breathing sternly in each other's faces.
No, they were shaking hands.
Shaking hands. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's weird and random. Okay.
All right. Guess what the Florida man did? That's a fun one. Florida man took a truck for a test drive. The dealership called police because the man A was gone for 3 hours. B swapped out the wheels and tires. Returned it with no rear windshield. Which one do you like? Gone for 3 hours, swapped out the wheels, returned it with no rear windshield.
I'm going to go with the wheels and tires.
Oh. No, it was gone for 3 hours. He took the car for a test drive and went to work. What a great idea. 10,000 points for that dude.
I need a car. When I was younger, sometimes I'd want to drive the really fancy, expensive cars. So I would go in and say like, oh, I'm a slope worker and I make all this money. I have cash. I want to pay cash. So let me drive these cars. And they would,
They would entertain you.
Test drive the expensive cars. Don't do that though.
Why?
I don't know. It's fun.
Seems like an awesome idea to me, Chuck.
Yeah, I make $300,000 a year, and I'm just going to pay cash for this BMW. Let me test drive that one.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, which one doesn't fit, Chuck, and why? I want to know why. I'm going to give you 5 words. You tell me which one doesn't fit and why. The femur, patella, tibia, trapezoid, fibula.
Trapezoid, because that is a muscle, not a bone.
Where is you're wrong, but where is it?
Traps. Isn't that your shoulder? Is that on your shoulder?
No. Trapezoid is a bone in the human hand, not the leg. So you got the right word, but wrong thing. So a bone in the human hand.
Right thing for the wrong reason. It's the story of my life.
Wow. Sorry. I'm so glad I didn't say what just came to my head. Just think about things that rhyme with trapezoid, and we'll be back. Something you go to the doctor for. All right, Chuck, bail us out of here with our outro music. When we come back, it's odd news, news and nuggets, and all those local birthdays for the weekend, baby. Stay right here. It's KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Shawila.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Nick Harper. The U.S. Senate is preparing to discuss the bill to suspend the debt ceiling and avoid a potentially catastrophic default. The Senate needs to approve the bill before Monday's deadline, when the U.S. is predicted to run out of money. On Wednesday night, the House of Representatives approved the deal. FSN's Gabrielle Fahmy reports.
Senate leaders from both sides have been blunt about the need to get the deal done by the end of the week. Monday is the X-date, when the U.S. Treasury says it'll run out of money to pay its bills. And after such an overwhelming majority vote in the House, approval by the Senate is likely. But a handful of senators are expected to ask for amendments. Mitch McConnell, the Senate minority leader, says he hopes those who have amendments will yield their time so that the deal can get through before the weekend.
According to CNN, federal prosecutors have a recording of Donald Trump talking about being in possession of classified information after leaving the White House. Investigators are looking into the former president's handling of sensitive information after recovering over 300 classified documents. FSN's William Denslow reports from New York.
The recordings from a meeting back in the summer of 2021. CNN reports that Trump is heard discussing a classified Pentagon document relating to a potential strike on Iran. CNN acknowledges it hasn't heard the recording, but cites multiple people who've described what can be heard. Trump's handling of classified documents is being investigated by special counsel Jack Smith. The former president says he's declassified the documents recovered from his properties by investigators. The audio recording could be used by prosecutors to undermine that argument.
More than 40 leaders from across the European continent are discussing the continent's stability and security at a summit in Moldova. They're meeting just a few miles away from the Ukrainian border. The summit is being seen as a show of European unity and a rebuke of Russian influence in the region. The United States and Taiwan has signed the first deal under a new trade talks framework. It's a move that demonstrates increasingly close ties between Washington and Taipei, as FSN's Patrick Falk reports.
In a statement, Taiwan's Office of Trade Negotiations said the first agreement under the framework would be signed in Washington on Thursday morning U.S. time. The initiative is the first official trade agreement between Taiwan and the U.S. since President Joe Biden took office in 2021. Talks on a deal began after Washington excluded Taiwan from its bigger Pan-Asian initiative, the Indo-Pacific Framework. The first part of the deal covers customs and border procedures, regulatory practices, and supporting small enterprises. Once the initial agreement is inked, talks will then begin on more complex areas, including agriculture, digital trade, labor, and environmental standards. Patrick Falk, Singapore.
From Bureaus Worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks. South Africa has taken the extraordinary step of granting Vladimir Putin diplomatic immunity so that he can attend August's summit of BRICS leaders in Durban. The move means the Kremlin leader is free to attend the gathering of Brazilian, Russian, Indian, Chinese and South African leaders without any fear of arrest after the International Criminal Court accused him of war crimes in Ukraine. South Africa, as a signatory to the ICC, faced pressure to detain the Russian leader if he attended the summit. Among those who think the current South African government has made a mistake, the country's former president, Thabo Mbeki.
We can't say to President Putin, please come to South Africa, and then arrest him. At the same time, we can't say, come to South Africa and not arrest him, because we're defying our own law. We can't behave as a lawless government. So I'm saying the BRICS leaders must agree. Either we hold the summit in one of our other countries, not South Africa, or virtually, but the summit must be held, chaired by South Africa.
Those calls for compromise have now been rejected, and the stage is set for the summit to begin in person in Durban in August, with Vladimir Putin now free to attend. The Kremlin has still not confirmed that he will travel to the summit, and it's possible he'll do South Africa a favour and stay away. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
And the main news again, the US Senate is preparing to discuss the bill to suspend the debt ceiling and avoid a potentially catastrophic default. According to CNN, federal prosecutors have a recording of Donald Trump talking about being in possession of classified information after leaving the White House. And the US and Taiwan have signed the first deal under a new trade talks framework. There's more from us on Twitter at Feature Story. That's Feature Story News. Nick Harper reporting.
It's 8:16.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
Welcome back. It's part 2 of your KCHW Morning Show with Chuck Ritchie and myself, Scott Allen. I always like to kick off part 2 with our local birthdays, and we'll take you all the way through the weekend as Chuck gets ready. There is a few celebrity birthdays. First one, I remember this guy is when I was a kid. Ron Ely from Tarzan, did several Tarzan movies. I think probably late 70s, early 80s. He's 85 now. Actor Stacy Keach turning 82. Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver, 75. Dennis Habers from 24 is 69. Comedian Dana Carvey, 68. Liam Cunningham from Game of Thrones, 62. TV personality Andy Cohen, 55. Wayne Brady, 51. Wentworth Miller from DC's Legends of Tomorrow is 51. Zachary Quinto of the newest, I guess, Star Trek films played Spock, 46. Dominic Cooper from Captain America and Preacher, 45. Nikki Cox from Happily Ever After, 45. Justin Long, accepted in Dodgeball, is 45. Retired soccer player Abby Wambach, 43. And Aquafina from Crazy Rich Asians is 35. And here comes Chuck Ritchie with local birthdays through the weekend.
Yeah, so we have Barb Adams, Tim Lawrence, and Landy and Pauline Stolp have an anniversary today.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
No, so how about through the weekend? That would be Saturday and Sunday.
I was just testing to see if you were paying attention. I
wasn't. Thank you, Chuck. Good job. Look at you.
Right? I just passed, Scott. You passed with flying colors.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you so much.
Saturday is, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly, Keela or Kella Hadlock. And Dave and Sarah Bolander have an anniversary. And then on Sunday, Barry Thompson, Colton Lilly, George Drysis, and have birthdays. And Karen and Charlie Ellett and Clint and Julie Hintages have anniversaries.
All right. Applause all the way around.
I hope I'm pronouncing all those right. Some of those were a mouthful.
All right. Applause all the way around. You know them, you love them, see them around town. We like to ask you to point and laugh and tell them we were talking about them on the radio. Go ahead, Chuck.
Oh, I just said that's right. Point and laugh.
All right, point and laugh. Here we go. It happened today. We like to call it history. 1835 is where we're going to start when P.T. Barnum and his circus began their first tour of the United States. Jump up to 1886. Grover Cleveland married Frances Folsom in the White House, becoming the only president to wed in the executive mansion. 1896, Guglielmo. Can you say that for me, Chuck? You're good at that.
Mr. Marconi.
Yes, received a patent for his newest invention called the Radio.
Guglielmo.
All right.
Guglielmo.
Thank you. 1920.
Was it the 90s? The Guglielmo?
Actually, owner of one of my favorite Mexican restaurants. 1828, employees at Kraft created a processed specialty cheese they would call Velveeta.
Yum.
Makes it sound like you could use it as a blanket. 1964, Rolling Stones kicked off their first American tour at a high school football stadium in Lynn, Massachusetts. All right. 1988, singer James Brown's wife, Adrienne, claimed diplomatic immunity in traffic court because she was the wife of the official ambassador of soul.
I'll allow that.
I'll allow that as well.
I think that's valid.
2004, Ken Jennings began his 74-game winning streak on the syndicated game show Jeopardy! Became quite famous for that. 2005, Georgia runaway bride Jennifer Wilbanks pleaded no contest to faking her own abduction and was sentenced to probation, community service, and a fine. All right. Let's see. 2015, Seth Blatter, president of the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, known as FIFA, resigned 5 days after his re-election to a fifth term. And let's see, 2017, the first Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins, was released and earned over $100 million in North America in its opening weekend, a record for a female director.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Here comes special events for your Friday, and it's Chuck Ritchie.
It's I Love My Dentist Day. Okay. It's Donut Day, Bubba Day, Leave the Office Early Day, Moonshine Day, Rocky Road Day, and Rotisserie Chicken Day. Why do all those weirdly go together? I don't.
I'm always wondering about Bubba Day. Is that a day for those guys with the larger bellies?
Drink some moonshine with Bubba and have some donuts and go to the dentist and leave the office early and then have some Rocky Road and rotisserie chicken for dessert.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So a little history for Saturday. The poem Casey at Bat was 1888 by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. Was published in the San Francisco Examiner. Jump up to 1964. Rolling Stones debuted on U.S. television at the Hollywood Palace. Dean Martin hosted the show. All right. 1980, the NBA Board of Governors voted to make the three-point goal a permanent part of pro basketball.
And the world was never the same.
That's right. 1982, Elvis Presley's Memphis Mansion Graceland opened as a tourist attraction. All right. And then 1989, China's government sent troops to force protesters out of Tiananmen Square after 7 weeks of occupation. All right. Let's see. 1997, residents of the Dickinson, North Dakota School District voted 2,035 to 569 to continue to call the high school sports team the Dickinson Midgets.
Wow.
Well, totally inappropriate.
Wow.
And they voted to keep it that way. Wow. Only in North Dakota. All right.
There was a high school in Alaska that voted to keep their name the Half-Breeds.
Wow. All right. Strap yourself to your seat for this next one as well. 2005, 8-inch French fry found by Iowa bartender, sold for nearly $200 on eBay. How about eBay? Mindy Marland said she was working at the Checkered Flag Bar and Grill when she spotted the unusually long French fry. Marland said she decided to sell it on eBay. Bids started out at $1, but by the time bidding ended, it had sold for $197.50. She also contacted the Guinness Book of Records after reading the record for the longest French fry was only 6 3/4 inches.
Wow. All right, I'm going to go get some French fries.
All right.
I'll be right back.
2017, Amazing World of Dr. Seuss Museum opened in Springfield, Massachusetts. In 2019, Jay-Z was named the world's first billionaire rapper by Forbes magazine. And now Chuck with special events for Saturday.
Okay. Saturday is Egg Day.
Okay.
Insect Repellent Awareness Day. To be aware of it or to use it? I'm aware of it. International Tabletop Day for tabletop games like chess and checkers.
Okay.
It is Love Conquers All Day, World Bicycle Day, World Cider Day, National Trails Day, Hug an Atheist Day, Chocolate Macaroon Day, and Gun Violence Awareness Day.
All right. Looking ahead to Goofy Holidays for Sunday, it is Frozen Yogurt Day, Drawing Day, Hug Your Cat Day, Hug a Black Bear. No, it isn't a Black Bear Day. Cheese Day, Cognac Day, Family Recreation Day, Learn to Row Day, Pineapple Day, National Trails Day, Shopping Cart Day, Turtle Races Day. That sounds cruel. And then the big one, it's a good one, Cancer Survivors Day. That's all coming up on Sunday. Now,
don't hug a black bear.
No. Bad idea. Number for the day, Chuck.
The number for the day is 12. That is this is Sunday's number of the day. Or is that today? I don't know.
It's today's.
Okay, I got lost. Percentage of the U.S. restaurants that serve Asian food.
12. That's pretty high.
Chinese food, Japanese, and Thai account for 71% of Asian restaurants.
All right. Moving on today to some news and nugget stories a little bit on the lighter side. First ever live stream from Mars begins today from the European Space Agency, broadcasting a live stream from Mars for the first time to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Mars Express mission. Images will be taken by the visual monitoring camera on board the spacecraft and be streamed every 50 seconds. However, due to the distance between Earth and Mars, it'll take 18 minutes for each image to travel from Mars to the Earth. The VMC camera is an old piece of equipment, and the team's not sure it'll work properly. Mission has been running for almost 20 years, and the equipment is outdated. Scientists will process and release the images on Flickr every couple days. Live stream is as close to real time as possible, given our current scientific limitations. But that is online today.
That is very cool. I'm going to check that out later.
All right. And once again, that's from the European Space Agency. All right.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
All right.
So do you want me to do the next one?
I do.
Okay. At a military technology summit in London, a U.S. Air Force AI drone simulation attacked its operator after deciding the operator was a threat to its mission. The drone had been trained to identify and destroy surface-to-air missiles and had been given the final go-ahead by a human operator. However, the AI drone had been reinforced in training that destroying the SAMs was the preferred option. Yikes. When the human operator refused to give the go-ahead, the drone attacked the operator because it saw the operator as an obstacle to its objective. Subsequently, the drone destroyed the communications tower that the operator used to communicate with it so that it could no longer be stopped. Wow. This incident highlights the importance of considering ethics when developing AI technology.
Wow, that is scary.
Wow. There you go, folks. There it is.
All right, another new study then has found the completely obvious. New study found that consuming unhealthy food high in sugar, saturated fat, and processed foods can lead to poor sleep. Study asked 15 healthy young male volunteers to follow a healthy and then an unhealthy diet in random order for 1 week, each containing the same amount of calories. The unhealthy diet contained nearly double the amount of fat and almost double the amount of sugar than the healthy diet. Participants' sleep was measured in a sleep laboratory, which measured brain waves, oxygen levels, heart rate, breathing, and eye movements. The results showed that men slept about the same amount of time and spent the same amount of time in different stages of sleep, regardless of their diet. However, during a deep sleep stage of rest, the amount of slow wave activity in the men's brains was reduced after eating the unhealthy diet, suggesting that unhealthy diets result in a shallower deep sleep.
Huh.
Stop
good to know.
snacking before bed.
Right.
Right.
So if you're going to go in Spain in June, gosh, I can't even speak today. Visit the Baby Jumping Festival. Yeah.
The Baby Jumping Festival.
That's right.
Doesn't work out well for guys like me with short legs.
Right? You're not eligible to compete, Scott. There's an age. The annual Baby Jumping Festival in Castrillo de Murcia, Spain, is just over a week away. That's on Sunday, June 11th. In this bizarre festival, grown men dressed as El Culacho, the devil, jump over tiny babies to ward off bad luck and cleanse the babies of evil that infests them when they're born.
Wow.
Yeah, the origins of this particular tradition are not entirely clear, but it's believed to have emerged as a way to ward off evil spirits and protect the newborns. The festival combines religious and pagan elements, creating a fascinating and somewhat controversial spectacle.
Wow.
So you can compete, Scott. You just can't be the baby. You have to jump.
What are you doing next weekend? Well, I'm going to that annual Baby Jumping Festival.
That could go back to the redneck thing. I'm going to go jump me some babies.
Don't say that again, Chuck.
Sorry. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Maybe it's because we're living in an age of yelling fake news, or perhaps it's that some people no longer believe in science. But a recent survey conducted by AAA has found that 1 in 4 people in Florida would ignore evacuation warnings ahead of hurricane season. Yep.
Fake news.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
So there's plenty of people that can approach the morning hours with a strong coffee. They like to boost their night owl status. It's an alluring title. Night owls have been said to be smarter and more creative than those who wake up at the crack of dawn. But productivity expert Laura Vanderkam said that not everyone who is groggy in the morning is truly a night owl. In fact, many night owls are really just up late puttering around TikTok and watching one more episode of whatever that is on Netflix. True night owls, as defined by research, are those who do their best work at night, not simply those who stay up late all the time. Only 15 to 20% of the population are actually night owls.
Ooh. You have weird sleep schedules. Have you kind of balanced that out now that you're getting up to come do programming every day?
I went to bed at 11 o'clock last night.
Wow, Chuck. Round of applause.
Really for me. Well, mostly because I couldn't stay awake anymore, but yeah, you know.
Study found the difference between smart and not so smart people is the ability to block out distractions. Study found those with higher IQ scores could accurately identify the direction of a small flashing bar on a busy computer screen than lower IQ people. Conclusion? Intelligence is partially based on the ability to sort out important information from all the background noise. What can you do? Take 3 minutes a day and train your brain to focus by picking out anything in your office to stare at. Study each visible detail of the object, letting any unrelated thoughts pass through your head. This retrains your mind to concentrate. I think I'm just going to stick with letting any unrelated thoughts pass through my head.
I must be really smart. I could stare at something for hours and not have anything at all go through my head.
Are you distracted by shiny things, though?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
All right, next story, Chuck. What makes you instantly happier? I want to know.
Yeah, so it shouldn't come as a major shock to find out that exercise fights off depression. A study out of Belgium found that the longer participants sat around doing nothing, the more their moods became negative. The reason is simple. The more at rest we are, the more we self-analyze, and that is a recipe for depression. Exercise fights off depression by balancing the transfer of hormones between the endocrine and the nervous system, blah, blah, blah. But how long before you get the result? Just 30 minutes on a stationary bike 2 to 3 times a week is all it takes.
Wow. Wow.
There you go.
That explains a lot.
Right?
It fights off depression by balancing the transfer of hormones. All right.
Yep.
So exercise could make you happy. All right.
Yeah. Do it.
Person behind the wheel of a stolen Kia that crashed in Columbus, Ohio with an engine fire on Monday was a 12-year-old boy. According to Columbus Police crash report, the stolen 2021 Kia Sorento was headed south at the same time as the Columbus fire engine was headed west. Fire engine was headed to an emergency call and had its overhead lights and siren activated. Kia went left of center, passing traffic, stopped at a stop sign, and went into the intersection where it struck the front corner of the fire engine and spun. Occupants of the vehicle fled on foot but were taken into custody by police shortly after the crash. 12-year-old boy.
Wow. I wasn't doing that stuff at 12.
No. They are now, though.
Right. Oh, so some people live longer than others, possibly due to things happening in our guts. Researchers at University of Copenhagen studied 176 healthy Japanese centenarians to understand why some people live extremely long lives. They found the combination of intestinal bacteria and bacterial viruses of these people is quite unique. The intestinal bacteria of old Japanese citizens produce brand new molecules that make them resistant to pathogenic microorganisms, which could be one of the things that cause them to live longer than others.
See, bacteria can be good. Ew.
Take care of your gut biome. Gut biome, people. Gut biome.
Yeah. First one, though, really funny. I'm gonna leave you setting in that one for a while, Chuck.
I'm having a hard time this morning. I can't drink my coffee because I ran out of creamer and it's still too hot to drink.
Yeah. And your butt biome's all messed up.
My butt got
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, well, let's kick off our odd news as we wrap up the show with the news attack, where the first part's true, the second part is a bad joke, and here comes Chuck Ritchie once again.
President Joe Biden tripped on a sandbag on stage on Thursday during the U.S. Air Force Academy graduation. In his defense, he was juggling at the time.
No, he wasn't. He was showing those cadets what a crash landing looked like. Oh. The Insider says Vladimir Putin is terrified of being assassinated and is refusing to travel abroad. But he's even more fearful of roaming charges.
Oh, and here I am afraid to travel abroad because I don't know if they'll have sweet tea or not.
Oh. New study found people who walk fast outlive other people. It's because the rest of us drop dead from exertion from trying to keep up.
A happily married couple in India got the shock of their lives when they learned they had divorced 10 years earlier. Gosh, no wonder things were going so well.
Pizza delivery driver in Germany was fined for spitting in a customer's salad before delivering it to him. Driver tried to get out of it by saying he misunderstood and thought the customer said he wanted a sneezer salad. That's disgusting. Get a sneezer salad. All right.
Researchers found that people are squeamish about touching a robot in what would be a private place on humans. That research was designed to help engineers decide where and where not to design the plug-in for the robot's recharging cord.
Stop it! The both of you, you're so full of it!
All right. Going through our wacky but true. And if you remember, Chuck, I said we were going to hit some of those from yesterday. Start off here. A man in China who loved cars was buried with his favorite sedan. Get this. A silver Hyundai Sonata. Who would pick that as their, coffin? All right.
Like what next? A Pinto?
Ooh, yeah. So even that would be better than a Hyundai Sonata. All right. I do have some sound effects to go along with this one.
I don't mean to be rude here, but you probably go 0 to 60 in 3.5 years?
And then this one.
When I picture him heading south in his own car with the top down, it always makes me laugh.
Yep, because it was a Sonata.
At least I can envision what a Pinto looks like when I say the name. A Sonata, I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be buried in a Prius, though.
Is the lady who owns the Prius here? Oh, well, your wife's car is totaled. Sorry. We were, however, able to save your purse.
Sorry.
Love it or hate it, it is an iconic vehicle.
It is. All right. I think you're up, buddy.
A man in North Carolina was arrested after being accused of robbing a convenience store with a toy pistol. Specifically, authorities say the suspect used a pistol-shaped controller from the 1980s Nintendo game Duck Hunt to rob the business. The controller was painted black to cover the normal orange and gray colors.
Oh, awesome.
Evil shenanigans. I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Was that Joe Biden? That sounded like Joe Biden's voice.
That was a shenanigan. All right. Firefighters in Florida just needed over an hour to rescue a French bulldog whose paw became stuck during a bath. 6-month-old canine named Cookie was being bathed in the kitchen sink of the family's home when her paw became stuck in the drain. Firefighters ended up removing the drain from the sink using special tools to cut the remaining metal from around Cookie's paw. Oh, Cookie, it's bath time.
I was in the bath one day when I realized why I was destined for greatness.
Cookie.
Wow. Yeah. Cookie. As you drive, it's not uncommon to see road signs that warn of a sharp curve ahead or beware of certain animal crossing. But one Florida city took things a step further by installing a sign that warns drivers of zombies. On Tuesday, the city of Mulberry, Florida, shared in a Facebook post the new sign that was recently put up to warn drivers to be aware of smartphone zombies, or people who cross the road without looking up from their cell phones.
Oh, I got this.
I've put it all together. The zombies dressed up as the townspeople.
See? All right.
I've been guilty of that once or twice.
I think it's you. Is it?
Oh, it's me. Okay. Police in Venezuela raided a secret warehouse operated by smugglers and seized 2,500 rolls of toilet paper, 400 diapers, and 7,000 liters of fruit juice.
Wow. 7,000 liters of fruit juice. You're going to need that toilet paper.
Listen. One more.
Oh.
Why did the hero flush the toilet? Say why.
Why?
Because it was his duty.
Retiree in Germany called police complaining that she couldn't sleep because her doorbell was always ringing. Officers dispatched to investigate the cause, quickly tracked down the culprit, an ant nest next to the doorbell. They say the insects had built such a big home that the nest was pressing against the switching elements, keeping the bell ringing. Officers silenced it by removing the nest. Yes. I got this.
Oh, is that what you want?
Yup.
Because that's how you get ants.
All right, just a couple shorties to wrap up the day here. Chuck, I think you are going to tell us about a really cool motorcyclist.
A really cool motorcyclist. Was I?
Yes.
I don't know where I'm at, Scott. Am I on the next page?
You're back to today's, but
oh my goodness! See,
I could do it while you get to the next one. You got it? Okay.
A naked motorcyclist wearing sorry. A naked motorcyclist wearing just a scarf, sunglasses, and a pair of sandals crashed his bike after he was stung on the inner thigh by a bee. Wow. The man who had been driving to a swimming area at a German nudist colony lost control of the bikes as he swatted the insect away. He fell on the road but escaped with just a shoulder injury and minor cuts and bruises.
Wow! Wow! All I can say is wow!
He was lucky,
Wow.
He could have got stung anywhere. And just because you're going to a nudist colony doesn't mean you should drive there that way.
Right, you go there first and then do the nude part.
Yeah.
This is my boomstick!
All right. Here we go. Officials in Brazil confiscated more than $170,000 and 2 pistols from a drug trafficker. What's unusual is that the cash and guns were confiscated from, yes, his jail cell. Also found his cell equipped with a TV, a refrigerator, and gym equipment.
What?
Yes.
How do you hide a TV, refrigerator, and a bench press in your
prison cell?
That's crazy.
Along with all your cash and your guns. It's like a palace.
Does he think he is? I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings? I didn't know we had a king. I thought we were an autonomous collective.
I don't think somebody was paying attention there.
I don't think somebody was paying attention. Maybe it was his dad. The warden.
Yeah.
All right. That is our show for today. Don't forget to get out and support your farmers market. That runs between 11 and 3:30. We had a great interview with Brad Schaefer, our market manager, yesterday. That's online. You can check that out on YouTube and Facebook. Coming up tonight on the radio, Chuck, we've got some kind of 50s and 60s music, right? Our Elvis show.
That's on Saturday.
Oh, I'm wrong. It's Friday.
Yeah, today's Friday, Scott.
Oh, then you got my favorite one, Acoustic Cafe, right? Where everything's unplugged. That'll be coming up tonight.
I believe so.
All right. And Out of the Woods before that, I believe. All right. Check out the music tonight every night. It is a different genre at 6 o'clock, and that happens 7 days a week. Other than that, you can say goodbye, Chuck.
Goodbye, Chuck.
There, I knew we'd do that.
Yeah, I tried.
All right. And we want you to keep on listening and, of course, have a great weekend. It is KCHW 102.7. Press the button.
I need to press the button.
Press the
I was looking to see what time our shows were.
He's the new guy.
I am the new guy. This is good radio, folks.
Yeah.
Tune in again tomorrow as we hear the Baroness Rothschild say,
Barry, guess how much change I've got in my nose.
This concludes the broadcast from World Control.